Welcome to the channel, everyone. I've got a quick and simple video for you today, and that's changing the door handle on this Toyota Camry. Now usually I don't do videos like this. My videos are geared mostly to people working in body shops or starting out in body shops trying to learn the trade. There's still a lot of people that work on their own cars at home and they want to learn how to do a few things. Now, actually, this is my own car. It's an '01 Toyota Camry, and I've glued this handle on 3 or 4 times with 40/40, and it lasts about a year and a half, and then it finally lets go. So I bought a new one off Amazon. I think it was only $12 or $13, so I'm going to show you how to put this in. What I really like about Toyotas, you don't need a whole toolbox full of tools to work on these things. They're pretty simple. Usually you can fix a Toyota with just the tools that'll fit in the pockets of your pants. So to get started, you usually have a putty knife, one of these little pocket screwdrivers, or a pocket pry bar as people call them, little nylon tool for releasing the trim panel, a screwdriver, and a little pickle fork, a little prying trim tool. First thing I'm going to do is take this bezel off. Just release this with your pocket screwdriver, and there's a screw behind there. There's a Phillips screw behind that little cover. Now these have a little clip that's down inside the top and the bottom right in here. So we're going to release that with your screwdriver. Try not to gouge anything up. That's those little tabs we want to release. We don't want to break those off. Okay, now we've got a little cover that hides a screw here. We're going to pop that off. I'm going to take this speaker cover off. I'm going to use my putty knife on here, slide it in there. There's a little pin that has to be released. We'll just pry that out and then lift up on it. We have another cover here. There's a Phillips screw behind that. Once I get it started with the pocket screwdriver, I'll use my little trim tool. Now we're going to take this bezel off that holds the window switches. Okay, they have a little spring steel clip that's in the back, so once again, I'll use my putty knife, get behind there, push it in, and then pry up on it. And we lift the back up, and the front will slide out. Now we'll unplug this and we'll remove all our screws. There's a screw underneath here, under the armrest. There's a screw right there I can feel, and one back here. We have a little nylon drive rivet right here, so don't pry on this. That center needs to be depressed. Just take my pocket screwdriver, push that in. Now we can release it. And then to reset it before it goes in, we just push that pin back out. Once we put it in the hole, we just push the pin in flush. That's all there is to it. Okay, now all the screws and hardware are removed, we can start to pry this trim panel off. And you still want to take it real easy, just in case you did miss a screw or a clip somewhere. So once again, I'm going to start with my putty knife, get this worked in here. Okay, then I can slide my nylon tool in there, and the back is already released. Work my way around, pull that out a little bit, and slide it up. Okay, we can pull this water shield down. Like I said, I got this on Amazon for about $12. It came with this top piece broke off. I guess no extra charge there. That's not going to hurt anything. And I'm not even going to paint this thing. It's, like I said, it's an old work car. This car is dark green, the handle's black. That's fine, it's going in just like it is. I've got 2 bolts that hold it in, and I've got the rod that hooks to here that goes down to the door latch. I want to release that first. So I want to get behind it. I got a long, thin screwdriver, there we go. I want to put my little trim tool between the rod and the handle, and I'm probably going to have to move the camera to get in there. Okay, I think you can see there. Now there's 2 bolts, 10mm heads. One through here, one through here. I'm going to remove those. I'll have to gain a little access behind the handle to unhook the lock rod. There's a bolt down here. I want to remove that, and I want to loosen this nut, and that is the guide for the glass. So now I can pull this up out of the way just a little bit. There's a little yellow clip, and that holds the lock rod on from the lock cylinder down to the latch. So I want to release that. You can either pry it through a hole here or through the front side if you slide the door handle a little bit. I don't want to break that clip. Pull that rod out of there and work the handle out. Now I'll just remove this bolt, slide the lock cylinder out, put it in a new handle, and we can reassemble it. Now what I did to get this handle released, there's really nothing on the top that holds it. You got these little tabs here, and once this gets slid up in there, it'll slide back down and those will catch on there. So from the inside, I had to get my screwdriver or your pry tool, come through some of these holes and put some pressure up on that. You want to get that slid up, and you can see these from the back. You can't reach them too good, but you can see it. Once it slides up, then you could pop it out and slide it forward just to get access to this. You won't be able to get it out until this rod is removed. Okay, it's kind of a struggle getting that lock rod hooked on there. I thought I could start it from the front, really didn't have enough room to get it clipped in, so I did it from the back. Before I bolt anything together, I want to just make sure that it works and I can hear all the linkages working. I don't want to put it together and then find out the rod fell off. All right, door handle's bolted in. So before I put the trim panel on, I always check these handles and make sure everything works. Don't just assume you've got it hooked up and it's going to work. Put the trim panel on. If something happens to that handle and it's not working, you're going to have a hard time getting that door open with the trim panel on. I just take my pocket pry bar again, set the latch, make sure it opens up. Do that several times. We'll check it with the lock. There, it's locked. Nope, won't open. There we go. Okay, I know this door handle is specific to this car. Basically, there's probably 10 million of these Toyotas on the road. In that year, in the 2000s, early 2000s, Camrys, the Corollas, there wasn't much difference. The main thing is just take your time. Look for all the fasteners in the trim panel before you break anything or start prying on stuff. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching.